Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Open eCry market commentary for the week of May 28th. My name is Toby Gennaro from Trade with Precision, and just coming to you this week with the outlook for the markets. And taking a look at the S&P 500, looking at the mini futures contracts here on the monthly chart. Not telling us a whole lot of things new here. Got some overextension here from moving averages away from that 10 and 20 period moving average. And then looking at the weekly chart, have a little different story here. We've got a nice indecisive candle there at the top. We've got some overextension of the moving averages. If we get a break of the low of that indecisive candle, probably signal us to a little deeper pullback, probably maybe somewhere back into that 1594 level that's prevalent on the daily chart. And so as we move down to the daily chart, we can see that we had that big rejection candle, then the big pullback put us right back in the buy zone, and the low was right around that 1633 level, which coupled with some other support right around in through that level. And then we got a couple of nice bullish candles setting up right in and around that 10-20 period moving average. Then we've got two more bullish candles here, and with today we just got a break of the high of that candle, which is right now we're sitting at 1658.50, and the high of that setup candle is right around 1655.25. So it looks like we got a move underway, and more than likely if we keep continue on this path, we'll be back up to that most recent high of 1686. So things are looking pretty bullish here on the higher time frames. As we go down to the 480 chart, don't really have a setup here on multiple time frames though. So we have a pullback right back into that support level, which was 1633, that you can see pretty nice from back there. We have the moving averages that are rolled over though, so we have the 10 and the 20 period moving average that are out of alignment. But if we get a break of, looks like a little flat level here, if we get a break of that to the top side, then all of a sudden you'll see those moving averages roll back up to the top again. But let's go down and take a look at some lower time frames and see what's setting up here. We do have a break there, which is breaking, as we can see, this flat level here, 1, 2, 3 touches, and just got a little break of that and a consolidation right along that flat level. But if we get a breakout of that level, a solid breakout, the first level there is going to be 1660. Now we have several touches way back here, and then a couple of touches back here as well. So it was a resistance for a while, and then once we broke that level, it came back and it tested that as a level of support. So the only question here becomes, if we move back up to that level, is that level now, which was previously support, is it going to turn into resistance again? And then we'll see some sell orders accumulating around that level. Now if you draw a Fibonacci retracement between this high right here, the most recent high, and then the most recent low on that pullback, you can see that you get a nice 50% cluster. That clusters really well with that 1660 level. So that's the only thing that I'd be concerned about right there. If we can get past that 1660 level, it looks like we might have blue skies all the way back up to the most recent high of 1668. And so if we look at some of these other charts like the 120, we've got a nice flat level building in right there. We've got the 10 and the 20 period in alignment, but we don't have the 50 or the 200, so not quite that strong. But if we go down another time frame to the 60-minute chart, we've got the 50, the 20, and the 10. We've got a nice flat level there, and we got a little bit of break of that flat level, and it looks like we're going to continue to move higher here. So things are looking pretty bullish. Things look pretty good as well. A little flat level there on the 15-minute chart. So overall, things are just looking bullish again. This market is really relentless, and things are looking to push higher. Things look very bullish on the daily chart. So overall, we're looking to stick with this trend, and this would be one of the trend flow strategies that we're teaching in the advanced course. For some of you folks that don't recognize what we're talking about, the advanced course will show you a couple of strategies. One being this trend flow setup right here, and then another being the momentum breakout strategy. So either one occur frequently in a strong trend, and that's really what we're looking to do. Is we're looking to trade strong trending markets, which is really what we've had here for the last 4 years, as you can see on the monthly chart. So things looking really good here on the S&P 500. And moving then over to the small cap stocks on the Russell 2000, looking at a pretty similar situation as to what we were just looking at on the S&P 500. We have a nice level in here that's been around for quite a while, this 860 level, and we've got some good extension here on the monthly chart away from the moving averages, and also some extension here away from the moving averages on the weekly chart with that level right around 952, which is what we've been talking about for a while. Same thing as on the ES chart. We have that that indecisive candle right there with a little bit of overextension. Signifies maybe a little deeper pullback on a higher time frame, potentially back to this 951, 952 level, which would put the weekly chart right back in and amongst the 10 and 12, 10 and 20 period moving average. As we move down to the daily chart, we can see a little bit more pronouncement of that 951 level with a number of touches there along that. But we have some really nice bullish setup candles, two very nice candles there, just right smack within the 10 and 20 period buy zone, and then we have another consolidation of a couple of very small, very bullish candles right there, and we just broke the high of the setup candles right here. So the setup was, let's see, the high was right on 985.50 and 987.10, that little grouping, and then we're currently at 989.50. So we just currently broken through the high of two of those very bullish setup candles. So very similar to the ES. The 480 doesn't tell us really anything new. We've got a nice bullish candle set up there, but we have the moving averages out of order. So we won't know for a little bit until the move really breaks out a little bit if these are going to get back into alignment again. Obviously, if we follow the daily chart, then that would tell us that these moving averages are going to then break up and be in alignment again. Let's go down to some of the lower time frames, see if we find anything unique down here. We're looking at pretty much the same thing as we were on the ES again. We have a couple of touches back here and a level in through here. So as soon as we get a break of that flat level, there might be some resistance there around that 990 level. But in going down, looking at the 60-minute chart, we got, you know, three touches there. It looks like we're going to be breaking higher. We've got higher lows all the way through. We just put in another higher high. And then looking at the 15-minute chart, it looks like things are trending up into another, or at least trend, not really a flat level there, but we're trending up into, into some fanning moving averages. The 50, the 20, and the 10 are in alignment, and things are looking like they're moving higher. So things are very bullish on the Russell 2000 in terms of looking at the small cap stocks. And just taking a look at one foreign currency pair here, looking at the dollar Swiss. You can see we're a little bit rolled over here on the monthly chart for quite a while. Things are moving down, but we've got actually some higher highs and higher lows in place on the monthly chart, as well as in recent weeks on the weekly chart. And then looking at the daily chart, you can see that we have all the moving averages fanning out nicely to the upside. We have higher highs, higher lows, and we just got a nice pullback right back into the buy zone and amongst 10 and 20 period moving average. You got a nice bullish setup candle right there and a break of the high of that candle. As we move down to the 480 chart, we're a little out of alignment on the 10 and the 20, but we have a nice bullish candle there, several bullish candles starting to trend up, and so be anticipating probably a move back up in the proper direction and have these moving averages fanning back up. We could probably go down and look at some smaller time frames. We can take a look at something like even the 60-minute chart, where we've got the 50, the 20, and the 10 all getting into an alignment and beginning to move higher. As we look at the 15-minute chart, we just got a bullish candle in the buy zone here. We got a break at the high and a gap up over the weekend and the holiday Memorial Day weekend, and so it looks like things are moving up pretty well. And just trading that based on some of the higher time frames like the daily chart looks to be a pretty good opportunity. And then in case we're wrong on the trade, we've got our risk just in below the swing low right there. So it's a small candle and it's pretty tight. But things look pretty bullish there on the dollar Swiss, and things are looking to move higher here on both the weekly and the daily and the 480. So overall, things looking very bullish on the dollar Swiss. So that's the outlook for the markets this week. We'd like to thank you all for watching the Open eCrime market commentary for the week of May 28th, and we do look forward to speaking to you next week on the Market Update.